Once you've actually completed your organizing of your folders and putting the assets, as they're called, for example, video clips, audio clips, soundtracks, maybe some still photographs into those folders, and then you've opened up Premiere and you've organized saving that file. In our case here, we've got at the top here, we've got Premiere Pro Demo. What we need to do now is start importing those assets into the project, which is down here, as you can see by this here. So the first thing we need to do is have a look at this project bin, if you like to call it that, or the project palette. First of all, if we look at the bottom here, and if you roll over each of these buttons, it will tell you exactly what these buttons are. For example, we've got this currently in list view. You can tell that by the fact that it's blue. The grayed out ones are not actually in use, but if you click on it, we've now gone to icon view. You'll see what these two buttons actually mean and what they show. Of course, you've then got to adjust the size of the icons and the thumbnails. Freeform view, again, it's all about what it says, freeform, you choose what you want. But I suggest strongly that you either use list form or icon form. You'll see the difference when we import our assets. Down here on the right, you have a new bin and also a new item. A new bin, if we click on that, we then get up this bin or this folder within this project area, and you can title that. You could title it audio, you could title it video clips, any assets that you want to bring into this project, you can put into these bins. We'll just leave that for now because we don't really, and I shall show you that you probably won't need to do too many of them because of how you import your assets. Down here is a new item, and if you click on that, it comes up with a list, new sequence, shared project, etc. These you don't really need to worry about at present because you haven't started editing. These come into their own when you actually start editing. So the first thing we're going to need to do is import your assets into this area here. Now there are a number of ways that you can actually do this, and I will show you how you can do them all. First of all, you can go to the normal, shall we say, the usual way of importing by going up to File and then going to Import. We open up our Prem Pro project and we have our two folders, audio tracks, which we have one in. Then we go back and we have our 3 video clips, which we're going to use for this demo. So what you can actually do is you can actually click on this one, highlight it, and then go to Open. Now if we do that, let's just do that one. And as you'll see there, it's imported the file, and here we have it now in our folder, or in our folder bin, shall we say. Now it's on its own, and you can organize this in this bin so that all your video tracks go into one bin. So for example, if we highlight that and then drag that up, you see it highlighting there, we can drag that up into that bin. So now we've got it into this folder. And if we double click, we can name this bin and we'll call this video clips. There we go. So that's where all our video clips would actually go into. We could also come down to the bottom, create a new bin, and you can call that audio tracks. And in there, if you right mouse click, you can see now that you can actually import straight away into this, or straight into this actual folder. So we go to there, we go to our audio tracks, we click on that, highlight it, and then open. It imports in, and there you have, nice and tidy, our 2 video clips, our audio tracks, and they're in these actual folders. Now that's one way of doing it. Very simple, very easy. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to highlight those 2 and throw them in the bin down here on the right. The next way you can actually import is by double clicking anywhere, providing you're on this project double clicking anywhere in the grey or dark area here, and it'll automatically go straight to where your project is. And what you can do there, again, you can open up your video clips, highlight that, and boom, there you have it in your project. Obviously, it's not in its own project bin, and of course you would need to tidy that up. Now, an easier method all round, we'll clear that one. You could double click on there. You can then go to your Premiere Pro project. You can highlight the folder and then open up there and then import those, and you can multi-import. So you could highlight all of those clips, open, it'll import all those clips, and there you have all your clips in the actual bin. Then you can actually create, and we'll call this video clips, create a new folder, and then highlight all those in that folder, drag them into the folder, and there you have your tidiness, your actual organization. So we're going to highlight that and bin that. Another way of doing it is you can actually highlight both of those folders and drag and drop into the bin here. And there we have both of those folders with the clips, the audio clips and the video clips immediately placed in here. You don't need to go down to the bottom here, create a new bin or anything. You're actually using the video clip folder and the audio clip folder, which you have on your computer, and of course it's all organized for you and you don't need to do anything about it. That is probably the easiest and simplest way of doing it. Double click in there, go to where your folders are, highlight both of them and drag them in to your bin. That way you've got all of your video clips and audio clips in there. Now let's have a look and see what we've got here. If we click on this, highlight this clip here, and if we drag that across, you will see that at the top here we've got frame rate, we have media start, media end. Basically don't need to worry about the media start and end at the moment, but the frame rate we have 29.97 or 30 frames per second. We have 59.94 in these two, which means these are 60 frames per second. If we move along, the duration, it tells you this one's 10 seconds, 13's 10.5 seconds, 13 seconds and 5.02 seconds. We then go video in point, video out point, video duration. Again, it's the same as, obviously at the moment, it's the same as the clip duration. And you keep going and you've got info. It tells you the size. So in this case, these are all 4K clips. Not high definition, ultra high definition. Capture settings, status, online, ready, good, hide. It doesn't matter. You can obviously click on that one and it will hide it if you wanted to. We'll undo that. And speaking of that, to undo that, I've just gone to Control Z to undo. So there we have the video clips and the audio clips. Another way of sorting them out is color coding them. So you'll see both of these are orange. You don't really want both of them orange. Right mouse click. You can then go to label, and as it's mango color, we'll turn that to blue. So now we've got that as a blue. All audio tracks are blue. All video clips are mango. And we've organized and we're ready now to actually start editing. One final point, we'll go back to these two buttons down here. List view is what you see here. If we click on this icon view, we now get icons, which is these two big folders. Now you'll see the icon view shows you these video clips, and you can adjust that size in according to the actual size here, so you can actually really bring them up big, almost full screen. What you can actually do, as you can see here, is you can actually play them as well. so you can see exactly what's on that clip. And you can stop that wherever you want. If you right mouse click on it, context menu as it's called, where you can label them, and you can actually speed, duration, etc, etc, label them. You can give them a color if you want. In this case they're violet. Again, click on it and you have, now the reason why these might not be playing, probably not playing too, they're not too bad actually, but they are ultra high definition, and they can become a little laggy in terms of playback. Go back to the list. Sometimes I use this if I want to see exactly what that clip is all about and what it's actually containing in terms of the content. Otherwise, you can just go back to here, video clips, go back on here, and you'll notice now that when you double click on one of these, so for instance, let's go back to this one, and we will close this one. Now, as I said, you can actually close these by just clicking on these 3 lines like a hamburger menu here, and then close panel. And what that does is it actually closes that panel. We can then go back here, and we're back to our normal status with regards to our list view or to our icon view. This is organizing, and this is very important from the point of view that you do organize your clips or anything else. You can have another folder in here for stills, photographs, or anything like that. It is important that you always keep your project organized.